Are you prepared to suffer to save your son? You have 5 minutes to cut off the last section of one of your fingers in front of the camera. If you succeed, you will get your reward.
Hey everyone, One Big Boss here.
And Panda Lady.
And we are bringing you the brilliant cinematic PS3 exclusive, Heavy Rain. Prepare to be amazed, not only by the power of what the PlayStation 3 can do, but meet characters you can relate to. Use your brain and solve puzzles. Keep your eyes sharp in the game, too.
And just pray for a happy ending, because this game gets really dark. We'll do our best to keep this spoiler-free, so just kick back and let's get on with the review. Heavy Rain is a fully interactive psychological thriller containing many adult themes and serious situations. Created in the style of film noir by Quantic Dream, the game features 4 characters all caught up in the tangled web of the origami killer. Director David Cage delivered a very dark and powerful game about normal people who are thrown into the worst nightmare of their lives. You cannot believe the stuff that happens in this game. Big Boss told me of this game and I had picked it up and was hooked. And that says a lot because I am not a big-time console player, mainly handhelds.
I'm a father too.
Heavy Rain is the story of a man named Ethan Mars who is trying to save his son from the origami killer and going to great lengths to do so. But the game doesn't just focus on Ethan's mission. There are 3 other characters who are involved with finding the origami killer, and they have their own motives as to why they want to find them. Plus they also have their own problems they must face as well. The setting shifts from a normal, everyday, happy life to a dark and dreary world, a city that could be considered Philadelphia. Look for the clues in the game. Look carefully because everything's pretty much right there in front of you. But the story and characters are what drive this game to perfection. It's an edge-of-your-seat ride, and you'll be gripping your control the entire time. Literally, you can't take your eyes off the controller because you never know what you might miss.
Damn it. We're wasting our time with this bullshit. The killer's out there somewhere, and we gotta get off our asses and find him.
Blake, I've had just about enough of your shit. You've been chasing this guy for what, 2 years? And what are you caught, huh? Nothing! Absolutely nothing!
I just think out exactly what I have to do.
Gameplay is pretty rough sometimes, but as much as you get discouraged, don't rage quit, keep going. The action scenes in this game play as quick time events, and seriously believe me, when you really need to keep your eyes on this game at all times and hands tight on the controller so you do not mess up. And everything is used in this game, not just the buttons, but tilting the controller and shaking it as well. If you fail to execute these moves, it will most likely alter the storyline of the game. Adding to the action scenes are also timer-like moments where the screen shows a timer to show the player how much time they have left to escape or complete their current part. Also, if a character dies, there is no game over per se. The story continues but is altered, and if all 4 main characters are killed, the developers have a conclusion for the player. But there is various paths to take in this game. The question the director gave to you is in its tagline of the game. How far would you go to save someone you love? The game is also move compatible as well. Boss, you used the move on this, right?
I did, yes. The move actually was a bit clunky when I played, but it's one of the few titles for the PS3 that support the move that I can actually play with. There's a bunch of other games out there that are not well received with the PS3's move system and everything, but this game works pretty well. If I remember correctly, the director's cut has more move functions, or it's better, or something like that, if I remember correctly. But still, this game is unbelievable. The feel, the music, the characters, the tone. It's an impressive piece of gaming. Something that you really have to keep your eye on and watch so you don't miss anything. It's one of those things, if you blink, you miss, or you die. And, I mean, honestly, it's just a great game to get absorbed into. Time for the part of the review that must be done, because you just can't have the good without the bad. I'll take over the good for this game. There's much to talk about how great it is and everything, but I'll just stick to what's good about the game, well, about what I like. This game has everything, and I mean everything. Story, real and believable characters, the perfect blend of a psycho-like thriller and noir film blended perfectly together into a PS3 masterpiece. I was hooked on this game at first, being a crime buff and a lover of gritty, dark crime shows. I enjoyed everything about this game. Another part of the game I actually enjoyed was playing as Jaden. his Ari-like glasses and his way of doing forensics and everything, it was great. It may be difficult for some players, but if you are interested in forensics, analysis, profiling of serial killers, Jaden's missions are for you. Sometimes they may seem a little tough, but the evidence is all there, and I will admit the controls for using Ari are a bit difficult and everything, but if you really listen in on Jaden and what he finds and what you find at crime scenes, it's not that bad. It's pretty easy to pick up on.
This won't make the geoprofiling any easier.
Another thing I found great about this game was the challenges that the characters have to go through, especially Ethan, because like this one right here with finding the glass. The first time I got to this, my mind was completely blown at how like horrible like something like that is to go through. It really makes you think. And that's exactly what this game did. They gave you real, believable characters and no element of the supernatural at all. Just all real. And that's what made this game great. They didn't need to throw anything out of the ordinary in. It's just believable people in horrible, horrible situations. Plus, as Panda Lady pointed out to me, there's multiple endings to the game. First time through, I had done everything 100%. I did everything the right way. I wanted to see how this played out because this was like a Hollywood movie. Only better because Hollywood didn't get their hands on it, actually. I know some researchers at institutes had problems with this game, and you know they said that some parts of the game borrowed from other films. But honestly, if you really play the game and go through it, just have fun with it. You will honestly have a blast and not care what others think. In the end, only you can really decide how great this game is for you.
Okay.
Also, this was a rare game to see, and only the Xbox's Alan Wake can rival this game, as both games are both brilliant and very different from the normal video games of today.
Good luck, Emily. You take care of your mama.
And now, the bad part of the game. As beautiful as the game is, the director even said that this game should only be played once, because playing it a few times after really makes it hard to recapture the moments. At least for me. But still, it is fun to see how to get the, I believe, 20-something different endings. Also, the beginning of the game is really slow and drawn out. This was the main complaint of the game for me and many other reviewers.
But it just doesn't make sense. His psychological profile doesn't fit.
So, Heavy Rain, is it worth a buy? Well, not only is it worth a buy, but it's the deal breaker for those who wanted a PS3 and weren't sure if it's what they wanted. If you are tired of demons, first-person shooters, and fantasy RPGs, this game is definitely as real as it gets for a video game. Also, there's a director's cutout now for $30, and honestly, buy it. For $30, it comes with downloadable content, the soundtrack, and full move control, and more.
Well, everyone, you heard the Panda. Head on out and scoop up Heavy Rain, because this is one game you will not be disappointed with. So, with episode 7 done, we're moving on to bigger and better things. Actually, we're heading back to Raccoon City with Jill Valentine in Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. I'll have a blast playing and reviewing this game, honestly, because this is a true classic for me and possibly my favorite Resident Evil game of all time that I have played. Oh god, I don't know how many times I've played this game. So, like always, if you haven't, please subscribe to our channel. It's free, and in this day and age, free is a damn good thing. Stalk us on Facebook and Twitter by clicking the links below as well. As always, we greatly appreciate any feedback that's given to us by our fans. Thanks for watching, and I'd like to thank Panda Lady for coming back to help me out with the Heavy Rain review. I always appreciate her help. So, as always, everyone, I will see you all next time.